Honorable Chair, esteemed delegates, ladies and gentlemen, we are excited to welcome you to our very first virtual conference, ILYMUN 2021. After 18 months full of unprecedented events, to say the least, we're happy to see you all again.
Our virtual conference has given us the opportunity to discuss the cyber world while simultaneously discovering its capabilities. Thank you so much for coming, or should we say logging on.
Secret, but epic fight going on in the cyber world. A fight that's increasingly reaching into the lives of all Americans.
In the past century, technology has given rise to the newest form of interaction and communication. It stretches across a myriad of diverse populations across the globe. It is the cyber world. The cyber world goes beyond the concept of the internet and has become the new way of living, a world which enlightens our societal struggles. In 2020, the world struck by a global health crisis was one of the most consequential in history. The numerous lockdowns experienced by diverse nations were an opportunity for a vast expansion of cyberspace as online practices were pulled to alleviate our social needs. Cyberspace can spread critical medical information amongst multiple populations under exceptional circumstances, such as a global pandemic in which people battled between life and death. The management of cyberspace remains crucial. Its permanence is fundamental to the functioning of national and international security, along with public and private activities. The sophistication of interdependent communication technologies has enabled governments and international organizations to approach the sectors of food, water, infrastructure, and health more effectively over the years. The cyber world is starting to progress more and more every day, having the potential to help international corporations address recurring global issues which need advocating globally. Cyberspace is slowly becoming more significant in our everyday lives, emphasizing the rapidity of present-day globalization. As cyberspace begins to influence the political world, it is essential to remain aware of hyperactivity. With this awareness, cyberspace implementation can be lawful to ensure inclusivity in international and national institutions. Imperatively, will our cyber world ever be reliable enough to help international and governmental institutions reach the UN's Sustainable Goal 16 of peace, justice, and strong institutions?
We would now like to invite one of our fellow Secretary Generals, Thomas Gouveia, to take the floor.
Esteemed guests, distinguished MUN directors, fellow organizing team members, most appreciated delegates. In a few moments, we are all going to officially become part of the 9th ILYMUN conference. In a scenario without COVID-19, we would all be here together in the salle d'assemblée of the Hôtel de Région in the city of Lyon. In the air, there would be a feeling of excitement, of finally being all together, and anticipation as you wonder about your committee or fellow delegates. By logging on today, you and I have chosen not to give up on the experience of gathering together. By logging on today, you have shown your dedication to model United Nations. By logging on today, you are expressing your excitement and anticipation in being a part of ILYMUN. Of course, due to this pandemic, the ILYMUN organizing team was forced to adapt to changing regulations, to tackle new challenges, and to innovate in a way that this conference has never seen before. Each year, this conference is planned, organized, and managed by two very distinct schools, the CSI Scolaire International and the International School of Lyon. The partnership and cooperation between these two schools is what makes this conference both complex and unique. We, the students, share the best of our talent, our know-how, and our resources. This is what makes our conference shine. Yet, what would usually be a quick bus ride to one of the schools for an organizational meeting turned into a logistical impracticability due to COVID-19. This is why, just as you delegates will make the cyberspace the forum of your debates, online platforms became the primary tools for communication and planning between the various organizing teams. From March 2021, when the teams were formed, to today, the 1st of December, we have designed this innovative conference through virtual meetings, messages, and sometimes seemingly endless phone calls. Despite the physical distance between us, our teams found new and exciting ways to host the events of this conference. Pivotal to the success of this conference and all ILYMUN conferences is the delegate experience. This, in fact, has always been central to all of our planning. Aware of the fact that online conferences may be less engaging, the Executive Board kept your committees small in order to encourage you to participate, to get to know each other, and to work together to find solutions. The heads of communications worked on ways to bring us all closer during common activities, even if we're thousands of kilometers apart. The heads of chairs worked on ways to match the seamless nature of debates in presential MUN conferences. And the heads of logistics and heads of admins worked to ensure the quality of your online experience. We have worked hard to give you a professional, enriching, and entertaining conference, with the word innovation at the center of it all. Now it is up to you to make this conference yours. Make this a conference that is lively and memorable. Make this a conference that builds lasting connections, not only social connections, but ones that open windows to the world. It is your participation and your ideas that make ILYMUN. Thank you, and I look forward to meeting up with you out there in the cyberspace.
Thank you for your speech, Thomas. ILYMUN started 9 years ago as a way to empower our youth and inspire them to be the change they want to see. Our goal for this conference is for every delegate to log off MUN World a newly inspired person. Now we are pleased to invite the CSI Choir to share their talent with the rest of us.
L'amour est comme l'oiseau de Twitter, on est peu de lui seulement pour 48 heures. D'abord on s'affilie, ensuite on se follow, on en devient fêlé et on finit solo. Y'a tous ceux qui font like les sourires en plastique sous son
because from here on out, the topics of discussion will be getting heavier.
Now, for our final speech of the ceremony, we give the floor to our fellow Secretary General, Rafael Muller-Fuga.
Esteemed guests, distinguished ILYMUN directors, fellow organizing team members, most appreciated delegates. At this moment, as you're listening to my voice from your screen, millions of exchanges are made between your computer and a sophisticated internet network with an uninterrupted flow of information. Welcome to the cyber world. Today, we are living in the digital revolution, also known as the third industrial revolution, a time of development, transformation, and upheaval. All around us, the world is evolving with technological innovations taking place every day from a micro to macro scale. Faced with the current sanitary situation, we discovered what a world centered exclusively on the cyber world would be. Digital classes, digital sports lessons, digital meeting with friends, digital work, and even digital ILYMUN. As physical barriers between us rose, numeric paths opened, allowing students from around the world to connect together. When thinking about the cyber world, what comes to my optimistic mind are the endless possibilities it offers, the way it allows me to overcome geographical constraints and talk to people from other countries, like Australia, as if we were together. However, what also comes to my mind is the harsh realization that, while evolving in perpetual motion, this digital world is somewhat free of supervision, and how we, at the mercy of machinery we do not control. What comes to my mind is that, as the cyber world increases in importance, it is crucial that we, as citizens and as the next generation, learn to understand, acknowledge, and control the issues linked with the digital world. What comes to my mind is the problem last year's executive team advanced: a truth, peace, and justice in the balance. Indeed, this new realm that is opening up to us can be described as a new Wild West, with few regulations and a colossal potential of both revolutionary and concerning advances. In reality, the impact of the cyber world on our society is unprecedented. From communication to the economy, to the spread of information, to security, every aspect of our lives has been modified with its rise. In this way, every issue is connected and tied together in a complex web of interrogations. During the next few days, each of you will dive down into this unknown dimension to explore different questions, challenges, and issues that can be raised in order to build a better comprehension of this new territory. A true understanding which is essential to grasp the limits, characteristics, and concerns linked to the cyber world, to forge your opinion on various issues, and to strengthen your ability to stand up for what you believe in. Delegates, it is now your turn to start untangling the links, revolutions, and innovations of this new space. A whole new world is opening itself to every single one of you, where we can all play a role. You are an act of the cyber world. Every moment, every message, every post, every share, every comment, every click gives you the power to make a change. Thank you. Thank you, Rafael, for your speech. ILYMUN is a project for students by students. We would now like to welcome our colleagues and fellow executive board members to the podium.